Hello, welcome to the update. I'm Susie Thompson. A woman who was part of a group returned to Australia from Syria has been granted bail in a regional New South Wales court. Mariam Raad is charged with travelling to a part of Syria which was under the control of Islamic State at the time. The case returns to court in March. Floodwaters in Western Australia are expected to create a 50-kilometre wide inland sea. The state's Emergency Services Minister says it's the worst flooding WA has ever seen. Residents are starting to count the personal and commercial cost of the natural disaster. Fitzroy Crossing local Jeff Davis says farmers have lost valuable stock.
We sit about 200 metres from the river, and you hear the bellowing of the cattle as they get washed down. And the friend of mine who has lent us his boat, or we've used his boat, when he was coming to pick us up, he reckoned that he saw hundreds of cattle floating down the rivers.
President Vladimir Putin has ordered a 36-hour ceasefire in Ukraine to coincide with Russia's Orthodox Christmas. It's the first major truce in the nearly 11-month-long war. A request for Ukraine to reciprocate the ceasefire has been rejected. 2 US senators have raised concerns with President Joe Biden about the AUKUS deal to supply Australia with nuclear-powered submarine technology. The senators, one Democrat and one Republican, have warned against any plan to sell or transfer the subs to Australia before the US Navy meets its current requirements. Still in the US, and things are getting farcical, with Kevin McCarthy losing a 10th vote for House Speaker. Florida's Republican Representative Matt Gaetz has even gone as far as to nominate the former president for the role.
Gaetz. Donald John Trump.
It's the first time in a century the voting has gone beyond one round. And a study has found almost half of the world's glaciers could be gone within 80 years, even if the world sticks to the targets from the Paris Climate Agreement. Researchers warn the impacts of glacial loss are greater than previously thought. In sport, we're just days out from the start of the Australian Tennis Open, and officials have been forced to admit they don't know where Naomi Osaka is or if the two-time champ will compete. The Japanese star is on the official entry list but hasn't played a match since September. Meantime, Jessica Pegula has beaten world number 1 Iga Swiatek in the opening match of the United Cup semi-final between the US and Poland in Sydney. And the Australian Road Cycling Championships are underway in Victoria's Ballarat. In entertainment news, Kelly Osbourne has called out her mum for sharing the details of her baby's birth. Sharon announced her daughter had given birth on her talk show The Talk this weekend. But the new mum took to Instagram to say it's no one's place but hers to share that information. And some star spotting for Sydney-siders. Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt were snapped grabbing dinner at upmarket restaurant Aria. They're in town filming The Fall Guys, set to be released next year. And that is the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you later on for another update. I'm Susie Thompson.